Do you ever hear of a case that just makes you stop what you're doing and stare for a second? Yeah, that's this one. Kind of story that starts with a simple welfare check and ends with one of Chicago's most shocking discoveries. It wasn't random, it wasn't accidental. This was personal. This family of 6 was unalived in one of the most brutal, horrific ways I've ever heard, and by somebody that they trusted, a family member of their own, for the dumbest reason: a little bit of money, a robbery gone bad, or just a hateful vengeance in this man's heart. This is their own cousin Diego, and what he did to them is unspeakable. He did this with his girlfriend right next to him, following behind him through each murder, yelling at the kids, just 13 and 10 years old. They did leave behind one survivor, and that was the dog, who they found covered in blood. Diego used to go over there all the time, playing video games, eating dinners with the family. It was nothing new when he walked through their doors. But I guess when you mix anger and desperation together, you get a disaster like this. He first encountered his aunt, 32-year-old Maria Martinez. She used to be married to his uncle, but they had since divorced. But that didn't change him coming to the house and spending time with his cousins. He hit her with a headshot, but the anger was definitely there as he gave her 3 more. Once her older brother, Noel Martinez, heard the gunshots, he came upstairs and confronted by Diego with a knife, and he was beaten to death. Then Rosora heard the shots, and she came up the stairs. He proceeded to kick her down the stairs, and then went after her with stab wounds and blunt force trauma. This is where it gets a little bit harder to digest, as the next one was 10-year-old Alex Cruz. He took him down to the basement, and they found him with several fatal stab wounds. And then it was 13-year-old Leonardo Cruz, noted that he actually had begged for his life. He had suffered over a dozen knife wounds to his head, neck, and shoulders. Noel Martinez Sr. wasn't home at the time, but Diego went the extra lengths to make sure he stayed and waited for him to get there. So when Noel got home, he gave him 42 stab wounds. Let's not forget the role that Jafeth Ramos played in this unalivings. She didn't try to stop him. She didn't try to talk him down. She was there for it. She had his back through it all. He was sentenced to life without parole, and she got 25 years. Motive, you ask? They needed milk and diapers for their baby, along with a deep hatred that Diego had for his tia because she had divorced his uncle. Nothing will ever help me wrap my mind around why that this is the answer he came to, and how he had it in him to do this to another human, let alone 6, let alone your own blood, your own family. This is truly one of the most horrible stories I've ever heard in the history of true crime for me. If these type of deep dives into true crime stories catch your attention, please drop me a follow, like, share, and repost this video.